Heidi ho, my peeps. Oh boy, what a day it's been. I got my jiggle machine. I got my plate vibrating thing that's supposed to help me. And it does. Grant put it all together and we took turns getting on that thing and dialing it up and just going to town with the vibration. And boy, I tell you what, man, that thing's a miracle thing. It really is. I was sitting all hunched over most of the day sewing and that kind of stuff. And you're going to see some of the stuff I've been doing today after I tell you this story. But I get up out of my chair and I'm like, oh man, I'm all hunched over and my hands are hurting and my knees are hurting and I'm just tired. And I hopped on that thing for 4 minutes. Jumped off, felt like a spring chicken, nothing hurt, hands felt wonderful, sat back down and started sewing. So it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So, and it was also funny to sit here and watch Grant do it too, because it's right over there, right across from me. He gets on that thing and my old skinny Santa Claus is just shaking all over. Oh Lord. Okay, here's my story about jury duty. All right. So I had jury duty this week. First day, nah, you don't have to come in. Come in on Tuesday. So Monday night, I went to bed early, 9:30, right? I got to get some good sleep, get up 6:30 in the morning, get, cleaned up, wash my hair, put on some clean clothes, kind of get myself situated, and then get on downtown and go to the courthouse and do my jury duty. Okay, I was up for it. I was going to do this thing. Well, I woke up every couple of hours. Every hour. I mean, I woke up so much on Monday night and into Tuesday morning because I was nervous about maybe not waking up in time, missing my alarm or whatever. So I slept very lightly. So by the time it was 6:30 and I was supposed to roll out of bed, I was like, oh God, last night was so exhausting. I need to sleep to get over last night. But I didn't. Rolled out of bed, got ready. Grant and I got in the car. He took me down there, and he was just going to hang around in downtown while I did my thing and then come pick me up. He's so wonderful that way. Anyhow, so so we get down there, and he pulls over to the side of the road, and I jump out and say, okay, I'll call you later. And I'm walking across towards the entrance to the courthouse, and there's a line. I mean, it's about 8:25. There's a line out the door, down the steps, and about halfway across the courthouse park. I don't know how many people it was. Let's say 50, maybe 50 people in line. So I'm looking at that line, I'm looking down at my knees, and I'm looking at that line, I'm looking up at the hot sun, and I didn't have a hat, and I'm thinking, I don't think so. So I went and I sat down. Well, actually, I'm looking for a bench that doesn't have a bunch of people on it. And I spy this one bench that only has one homeless guy on, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go sit in the shade next to the homeless guy. So I walk over to the homeless guy. When I'm out in public with people I don't know, I do that thing you do when you want to scare away bears. I kind of make myself bigger than I already am, big and kind of loud and kind of have my eyes do a little crazy stuff, right? So they know I'm one of them, right? So get on over to the bench. I look at the dude and he looks up at me and I do that thing that teenage boys the world over do, that chin up thing, when they're saying, dude, or how's it going? And up goes the chin and doing this little flicky thing like that. So I'm looking the guy in the eye and I go, sup? And I sit down. And I sat down, not like on the end of the bench and not right next to him, but sort of in between, sort of threatening a little bit, but like, stay on your side, I'll stay on my side. I mean, it was like, there's this unspoken language of bench sitting, especially when, kind of the more out there you are, the more important it is to know the language of bench sitting. So I sit down and I immediately whip out my phone And I'm kind of looking at my phone and I'm whistling this kind of tuneless song underneath my breath. Whistle, whistle, whistle. Looking around, whistle, whistle, whistle. I must have scared the shit out of the guy. He got up and bolted. I don't know where he went, but he did not want to be sitting next to the crazy white old fat lady in the red dress. He did not even want to be near me. So he was up and out the door. Okay, so um I I'm watching the line and it's getting longer and longer and longer. It went all the way across the courthouse park, past the big bus station thing they have in front of the courthouse, and into the freaking street. I'm not kidding. The line went into the street. And I'm looking at this line and these people that are, they have their asses out in the breeze. They're standing in the middle of Van Ness Avenue. And I'm thinking, there is no hope for this country. If these are the people that are voting, we're in major trouble in 2020. I mean, come on. How hard is it? Last guy on the sidewalk, you make a little L and it goes down the sidewalk. You don't go into the street, for God's sake. So anyhow, I'm looking at this thinking, oh, hell no. We are not doing this today. So pick up my phone, dial the number for the courthouse, get their automated service, bloody bloody yada yada, get to the postponement, number, punched in that number, and they said, okay, well, what's your jury thing? I put that in. When do you want to have your jury service? I put in 3 months from now, in February. No problem. You're excused. Go. We'll see you in February. And I thought to myself, okay, now, this is how a boomer does it. You've been around long enough to kind of know how the system works, sort of know where you can slide in and out to kind of make things work in your favor. So I picked up my phone. I'm like, come and get me, honey. I'm done for the day. So Grat pulls over. I jump in. I tell him the story. That's how you handle jury duty. If, like me, you can't stand in a line forever. I could probably stand in a line tops 10 minutes before I would need to sit down. And that line was still getting longer. And I had been there probably for 15 minutes total. So, yeah, I was real lucky that they let me do that. Because, I'm sure in a lot of places they don't. If you haven't called in by the night before, the week before, whatever their rules are, good luck. I was just lucky enough that I had enough sense to call the number and see. I mean, what's it going to hurt? What can they tell me? No, I mean, so what? So I toddle in late after everybody else has gone into, getting there right at the back of the line. The thing that scared me the most about that was not getting a seat, because often there's more people in the jury waiting area than there are chairs. I've had that happen more than once, and it's another thing. I wouldn't be able to stand for very long. So what did I learn from this experience? Let me tell you. Okay, number one. Don't go if you have issues like not being able to stand or whatever for a long period of time. Make sure you take a walker, the kind you can sit on. Okay. Number two, don't get there at 8:25 if you're supposed to be there at 8:30. Get there at 8 if you're supposed to be there at 8:30. Get on up at the front of the line or toward the front of the line. Whip out that walker and sit down. That's how I'm going to do it when I go in February. I'm going to be all ready to go so that I'll be comfortable and I'm not going to, collapse or any of that. Also, I kind of like the idea of going when it's cold, because I do very, very well in cold weather. So I'll be comfortable and fine, sitting in my little walker thingy, in my sweater, and I'll be fine. So anyway, that's my story about jury duty, and I'm not trying to get out of it. I mean, jury duty is actually kind of interesting. I just need to figure out how to make it work for me. So that's how I did it. Now, I'm going to tack a few clips on to the end of this video. I want you to see what I've been making today. tote bags is what I've been making. And I want you to see a little bit of video of me on the jiggly machine. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Alrighty home, my peeps. It is Thursday morning, and I am finally beginning to sew. It's taken me quite some time to get to the point where I can pull out all my fabrics and make tote bags, these origami tote bags. I saw the tutorial on YouTube and I thought, oh man, that is just so cool. So what I'm going to do for starters is I'm going to make up a selection that are all in floral fabrics with a little small calico liner. So they'll all be similar, you know, in color, design, and style, but each one will be different. So let me show you some of the ones I'm working on. Okay. I have this fabric, which I love. I've had this fabric forever. And then this is very similar. This is the one I'm working on right now. I'm making some of these. Then I have other florals over here. My cat's underneath my feet. Oh, I love this one. This is like a botanical print that's got, I don't know what you would, sweet peas, looks like blueberries. It has insects on it too. Bees, butterflies, just the neatest fabric. So I'm going to make a couple of these. I'm making 2 of each to start with. I also have some kind of, let me show them to you over here. Kind of these Laura Ashley print types as well. I really love this one with the violets. I think that's beautiful. So anyhow, yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Then I'm envisioning a display in the store with just all floral bags with a little bit of crocheted lace trim, and that's it. So we shall see how that works out. Mia is helping me craft today. She figured that the seed bead lid needed to be kept warm, so she's doing her darndest to keep that seed bead lid warm and pliable. Mia, thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate all your help today. Alrighty, this thing's coming along really nicely. The lining looks darling, and I made the strap longer than you're supposed to. I didn't do it the way they showed you. And I even think it needs to be longer, because what I'm thinking the best way to wear one of these is as a crossbody, because I figure you're going to be out shopping, maybe at antique, fair or something, and you're going to need something loose and hanging down comfortably. So I'm going to make the neck strap a lot longer than I made this one, but I think it's really turning out cute. So I've got these little floret things on the strap, and then here where these 2 things go together, I'm going to cover another button and just put a button there. And that will be all the embellishment this needs. And there we go. Tote bag is done. The trim, these little buttons that match the interior, are on. Now that's perfect to take to a flea market or antique shopping or wherever it is you need to shove a bunch of stuff into a carry-all of some kind. So I'm going to make some more, and I will show you guys how they turn out. Make it vibrate more quickly just by poking the display.
I don't know. You have to read it. I'm not up on this yet.
You're not going to read it?
Well,
you're not going to read it for me?
Okay. So it's lower range of speeds, and I don't know.
Want me to read it and then call out directions to you?
Let's see what happens here. Well, like right here is a pretty high speed.
That's about a third of how fast I was going.
I know. I don't.
Speak.
Oh, yeah. It's totally variable.
There you go. I can hear your voice waggling. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, max, or go all the way to max. Maybe you should.
Turn it up to 11.
That's all at a 99. That's max speed.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, my turn. Now you start video.
Well, it's already started.
Well, oh, that's fine. Just leave it on video. Leave it on video, and I will edit out the beginning. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm doing the Massage 3 preset, which is 12 minutes of basically this. And it just feels wonderful. I'm not supposed to lock my knees, right?
I don't think so.
It's hard to know what your knees are doing because they go numb so fast. I'm assuming I'm not locking my knees. Oh, this is freaking amazing. I love it. And it shows you the time counts down, and it shows you how fast you're going.
How many steps you've taken?
How many steps
counted?
I've taken, yeah. Okay, so when I bring my feet in, I don't go there's not as much massage, but when I put them out to the edges,
It's way more massage.
way more massage.
The sun's on your face, sort of making a flashing your face a bit. If you move to the side, then I don't get it bad. Well, the other way.
God, I feel like I'm on a ship. Oh, it does feel wonderful.
I'm going.
Okay, are we going?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the reaction shot. It's amazing. I mean, nothing hurts, knees don't hurt. I feel completely relaxed, ready to go. Yeah, thank you.